The victim of a violent carjacking calls the letter she received in the mail a slap in the face. The Minnesota program that could free her attacker and the work underway at the Capitol to stop it. Next. Becky is my guest. She doesn't want us to use her last name. I think you will understand why in just a moment. But Becky, thanks for being here. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
You know, we first met a few years ago after you were violently carjacked, a terrible story, in a Target parking lot in the Twin Cities. Tell us what happened.
It was about 9:30 in the morning. I was going to go to Target, get some groceries, and I was stepping on my car and I had another appointment to get to. So I was just quickly checking my phone, see what time it is. And out of nowhere came a person right up to me and held a gun right between my eyes to my head and took my car and assaulted me. And yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible what happened. You were left bruised. The suspect, Dustin Michael McLeod, is his name. He was a repeat offender. He was charged with aggravated first-degree robbery for what happened to you, making the ordeal even worse. You mentioned he got your car, but he stole your credit cards. He used them all across the metro area. He's been sentenced to serve 6 years in prison after that attack. But then you receive this letter pretty recently here from the Minnesota Department of Corrections, as you're trying to put this behind you, causing some alarm. And I know you have the letter with you at this moment. If you could just read perhaps a few sentences for us.
Sure. It just says the Minnesota Rehabilitation and Reinvestment Act, the MRRA, is a new law that will be implemented in 2025. MRRA allows the individuals incarcerated in Minnesota DOC prison facilities to earn a reduction in the time served and allows individuals on supervision to earn abatement of their supervision, meaning moving off active supervision.
So I know that letter has to be a bit shocking, and just to explain for our audience, here's what we know about the Minnesota Rehabilitation and Reinvestment Act, MRRA, as it's known. It was passed in 2023, basically moves away from how much time people spend in prison to how people spend their time in prison. It offers incentives for those who participate in rehabilitation programs, which could lead to early release. Even more concerning, and we'll let people see the letter for themselves, the letter states the MRRA approach is available, as you said, to those individuals with a non-life sentence and with more than a year of time to serve. What was going through your mind, though, reading those words, Becky, and seeing that letter for yourself?
Honestly, I felt like it was a slap in the face, being a victim of a violent crime. I'm sick to my stomach and just totally appalled that this is a thing.
Yeah, I know you're so concerned. You call, there's a number listed there in the letter, which also stated you, as a crime victim, have the right to receive notice. However, it sounds like they were not in any hurry to get back to you, correct?
Correct. It took a little over a week before somebody called me back.
And what were you able to learn during that conversation?
Not a whole lot. Basically, my notes was they just have to apply for it and ability to earn it. And basically, it sounded like it's not a big deal and I should not be concerned.
So even though McLeod pled guilty to aggravated robbery in 2021, he was sentenced to more than 6 years in prison. You've since now learned that he could be out on supervised release this summer, serving about 4 years in total. That's typical in Minnesota, serving 2/3 of a sentence. But again, McLeod had a lengthy criminal record even before he attacked you. Then to get this letter causing even more alarm, and you're told to, hey, don't even worry about this?
Basically. It's unreal. I really have no words except for I'm just shocked and horrified.
Yeah, shocked and horrified for good reason. During the current legislative session, Minnesota Republicans, they've been working to fix the MRRA, which they've called a get-out-of-jail-free program. According to the author of the bill, who is trying to fix this, right now 92% of Minnesota's prisoners could be eligible for early release. Truly shocking, 92%. Yet unbelievably, at the bottom of the letter you received, the one informing you that the repeat offender who attacked you could be released early, there's a particular message at the bottom stating, contributing to a safer Minnesota. What do you think about that, Becky?
Again, I don't think the state's doing enough to protect us people who are affected by a violent crime. Um, Again, it's another slap in the face, and I really don't think the state is honestly doing enough to protect us victims.
Yeah, you told me this seems to be a great state for criminals.
Exactly. It seems like criminals are coddled and there's no consequences for their crime.
How has that carjacking and now even the potential early release of your attacker affected you emotionally?
Emotionally, I suffer from PTSD now, anxiety, panic attacks, chronic insomnia, and then just other mental health issues, and then as well as physical health issues as well.
And you're not alone. I mean, there are thousands of crime victims really in the wake of everything that's happened these last few years. And people will tell you, it's time to move on, but it doesn't work that way, does it, if you're the victim of a crime?
It does not. I guess for me, it's something I just can't get over, just going out daily in everyday life. I'm just constantly on high alert. And people don't realize until it happens to them, they have no idea, what a person's like me going through. And just to move on, I just can't.
What would your message to lawmakers be, Becky, who possibly would hear this interview, but about this program, even getting a letter in the mail stating something like this? What would you like them to do?
I think criminals need to be held accountable for their crimes, and serve the appropriate sentence for the crimes.
Doesn't seem like much to ask, does it?
No.
Well, admire your courage. Appreciate you speaking out about this, Becky. Thanks for joining me.
All right. Thank you.
That will do it for this episode of Liz Collin Reports. We will see you next time.